In this video, we're going to create a cartoon StarScape, and the only thing we're going to use is color and a brush in GIMP. So let's go ahead and create our new image, and I want it to be 1920 by 1080, and I am going to use the foreground color because this is going to be my black background for my StarScape. Alright, so we've got that. Let's maximize that. And I'm going to add another layer, and I'm going to call this stars. Let's start with yellow. I'm going to create a different layer for each different color and size of star that I'm going to create. So, and we want the background with that to be transparent. So I'm going to set that up. Alright, so now we're going to go into our brushes here, and we're going to select, as you can see, we already have brushes that are predefined for creating stars. So I am going to select this first one here. And one thing you need to be aware of is you need a lot of spacing on these to create the starscape. You don't want it, since we're going to make several layers with different colored and sized stars, we don't want to start off with them too densely packed. So I am going to set my spacing on this at 2500. And then let's take a look at our color. I think the first color I'm going to use is going to be a real light yellow. Yeah, that looks good. And we go into our tool options here for our brush. So opacity is going to be 100%. I'm going to go with the default size of 15 to begin with. These are going to be the largest ones that we're going to create. And then we'll increase spacing and decrease size as we go along. Alright, so I'm just going to take my brush and hold down my left mouse button, and I'm just going to click and drag. And as you can see, those are spaced out nicely. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So let's go back into our layers now, and I'm going to go ahead and lock down my background layer and my stars, my yellow stars. I'm going to lock that down, and then I'm going to add a new layer, and I'm going to call this one stars blue. And transparency 1920 by 1080. Okay, so that looks good. Now I'm going to go back into my brush dialog here, and I'm going to select a little different brush for it. I'm going to select this one right here where it has the tallest vertical points on it. Alright, and then I'm going to change my color here. I'm going to change it to a very light blue. I like that, kind of like a powder blue. Alright, so I'm going to select that, and then I'm going to change my spacing. We started off at 2500, right? So now I'm going to put 3500 on my spacing. And I'm just going to go in. I'm going to make sure I got the right layer selected. Okay, I'm going to go in. I'm just going to drag around like that. Okay, so now I'm happy with my blue stars that I've got here. Alright, now I'm going to lock this layer down, and I'm going to go in to create another layer, and this layer I'm going to call red, stars red, transparency. It's good. Alright, so I'm going to go back into my brushes again, and we're spacing right now is at 3500. So I think I'm going to select this one right here where it looks more like it's rounder, I guess you would say. And so I think I want these to be the farthest away, the red ones farthest away. And I think I want those spaced out the most. So I'm going to put 4500 on my spacing for that. I'm going to go in, I'm going to select a red color. Let's see, there's red up there. A little darker one. A little darker for these, I think. Alright. So we're going to select red. We've got a rounder one. We've got our spacing set at 4500. Just make sure that we're on our right layer here. Okay, and I'm just going to go in. Oops. I forgot to do one thing. I back out of that. I want to go back into my brush, my tool option here, and I want to set the size at 8. About half of what we had. And see how it makes almost like points. Okay, I like that. So now we've got red. All right, so now I want to go in and I want to create another new layer. And we're just going to make it white, kind of a dim white. So let's go ahead and lock down that layer now. So right now we've got red, blue, and yellow stars. And then this one, I'm just going to call it white. And I'm going to go back into my dialog here from my brushes, and I'm going to select, I think I'm going to select this last one here. And then for this one, I think I'm going to cut the spacing down so you'll have like pairs of stars. So I'm going to put this at, let's put it at 1500. We'll see how that works out. I put it at 1500. I'm just gonna bring my white to my foreground color here, and then I'm gonna go into my tool options, and I'm gonna set that brush size to, let's just set it for 12. Okay, so the brush size is 12. We've got 1500 on the spacing. We're on the proper. Okay, so see how I'm clicking one, and then right next to it I'm clicking again, so you get kind of this double star. And then we're just going to fill in a little bit. There. I think that looks pretty good. So we've got different spacing on our stars. We've got different sizes of stars. We have got different colors of stars. So this will make a very good cartoon starscape for illustration, backgrounds, things of that nature. Some of the things that I've been doing lately with space compositions. I think this will work out really well. It was very easy to make. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lock this one down, that layer down. So that's our starscape. And the good thing about this is that every time you create one, it's going to be unique. You're never going to be able to make. It's going to be like a snowflake. You're never going to be able to make another one of these that's exactly the same. So enjoy. All right, that's a wrap on this episode. I'll see you next time in the Tinker's Lab.